Speaker, the Auditor General's report on violence in Nova Scotia's public schools found that there was no method to track repeated instances of violence against the same student or educator. There was also no tracking of the type of violence being perpetrated. I'll table that. We know that gender-based and sexual violence are occurring in our schools, but what we don't know is how often they are occurring. Can the minister confirm that the updated code of conduct will be accompanied by a mechanism to track gender-based violence in our schools?
May I ask which minister, as there could be potentially three in there? I recognize the honourable member for Sackville-Cobequid.
My apologies, Speaker. I should have identified that the question was to the Minister of Education and Early Childhood Development. My apologies.
Thank you, member. I just want to make sure that I was correct in this. I recognize the honourable Minister of Education.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We're going to continue to do the work that needs to be done to ensure that our children are taught at a young age that gender-based violence is 1,000% unacceptable, Madam Speaker. We are investing in programs and resources like Guys Work, Kids in the Know, and Roots of Empathy. Madam Speaker, we are working on a comprehensive code of conduct, which will be released in March. It is a fluid document, but we are working with the NSTU, we're working with CUPE, we're working with PSANS, and we're working with every single stakeholder we can to ensure that this encompasses all types of violence in our school.
I recognize the honourable member for Sackville-Cobequid.
Thank you, Speaker. Tracking the problem is needed, but we also need to ensure that we have appropriate responses to gender-based and sexual violence in our schools. If we do not want the epidemic of intimate partner violence to continue for another generation, we must do a better job of addressing these problems with our young people. Will the minister confirm that the updated code of conduct will include specific language around appropriate responses to gender-based and sexual violence in the soon-to-come code of conduct?
I recognize the honourable Minister of Education.
I want to thank the member for the question. Yes, I do agree with everything he said, and yes, it will. And not only will it address it now, but we're addressing it, when the code of conduct comes out, but we're also taking action now, Madam Speaker. With Guys Work, Kids in the Know, Roots of Empathy, we cannot wait for the code of conduct, so we're investing resources, and this budget has invested massive amount of money to combat gender-based violence. It starts in the schools, and we are going to ensure that our kids know that it is wrong.